welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. As you all know by the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking about my experience in the Mamamoo concert. I have no words to describe what that felt like. Like literally it was life-changing. But I'm gonna try to make this video very brief because yeah, just trying to make it brief. So first of all, I'm gonna be inserting some clips of the concert. I didn't take too many videos because I was literally like just taking everything in. And let me just say, I went to go see them at the Oakland concert. The Oakland Arena has probably one of the best acoustics, like sound system that I've heard. Like it was loud, but not to the point where it was like hurting my ears. And when it was like a pretty big bass like part or like drums or whatever, like I felt it in my body, like my body was like shaking. Anyways, it just had really great sound, and as they should, because their vocals wouldn't have been justice without that great sound. It was amazing, it was awesome. But like I said, I didn't take too much videos because I was just so focused on them trying to enjoy, be in the moment, you know. And then, so first of all, I think I got pretty good seats. We weren't really all the way in the front. We weren't in the pit area, but we were pretty straight that we were able to look at them like in the front like that. And we weren't all the way up. So I think it was my sister and my mom who came with me to the Mamamoo concert. And I am so happy that my mom went, because my mom literally only likes one song. Well, she only liked one song of Mamamoo, and she only knew one song. It was the Taller Than Me song, because she just likes when they go uri giri giri giri, you know. That's like her favorite part. She says it all the time. So when me and my sister saw that Mamamoo was gonna come over here to Oakland, we're like, oh dude, let's go. And we asked my mom if she wanted to come with us. We just asked her, but we kind of thought that she wouldn't want to go, and she surprised us because she actually said yes. And we're like, what? So we were excited. We got her a ticket, and when it was time to get the tickets, actually funny story, when it was time to get the tickets, both my sister and I were at work, and I usually work from home, but that day I had to go into the office, and I was so upset because at the office I had terrible service. So when the tickets were about to go on sale, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I have everything. And I was this close to getting pit seats, right? Like really close up. But what I didn't notice is, if you guys know, when you get tickets, usually by default it's set up for 2 tickets, right? And that's what I didn't notice. I didn't notice that it was set up to 2 tickets, and I was already ready to check out, and I was just confirming everything. And when I saw that there was only 2 seats, I'm like, damn it. So I had to go back, and by the time that I went back, like this, dude, like this, all the front row seats were taken for like 3 people to sit, right? There was a couple of seats open for like 2 people and stuff, but you know, it was the 3 of us. So that was really upsetting. So the only seats that I was able to find that weren't all the way up there were the ones in the area that we were in, which wasn't that bad, but I really wish that we could have gotten close seats, you know. So that was that. And I have my notes here because I don't want to forget anything. But yeah, the experience, it was life-changing, dude. Like it was super epic. Everything. I was singing along to them, and it was just so great. I love them. I love them with all my heart. And what really made me happy was to like hear, not like all of them, but mainly Moonbyul, hearing her sing. That's like once in a billion years, like lifetime, that you get to hear that. Most of us know, if you're into Mamamoo, we know that in the beginning of their career, she wasn't, not that she wasn't allowed, you know, she said it like she wasn't allowed to like sing. She was like a rapper, right? And how, you know, when that song came out, I'm blanking on the name right now, but I'll put it right here. When that song came out and she sang, I know all of the Moomos were going crazy because like, what, Moonbyul was singing? What? So it was just so good hearing her sing, hearing her, like her vocals, you know, her low voice. It was just so I was just so happy. My sister was so happy. She actually has this video right here. I'm gonna insert it right here. She has that video where Moonbyul is singing William's Make Me Happy song. Chef's kiss, chef's kiss. We like see that video constantly throughout the day because we just can't get enough of Moonbyul singing. Okay, so just very briefly, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my history with Mamamoo, because it was really random that I almost didn't go and see them, right? So let me just tell you, like, I became a fan, or I started not really a fan of Mamamoo. Let me just say, I started to listen and notice Mamamoo when they did that Showtime collaboration with G-Friend, because at that time, I think that was like around 6 years ago. At that time, that's when I first started to listen to K-pop, right? Because my first ever K-pop song that I ever heard was from BTS, was Save Me, and then boy group, and then it was Rough by G-Friend. So my first ever K-pop girl group that I listened to was G-Friend, and I really got into G-Friend. I listened to a lot of their songs and stuff. So I saw the Showtime show with Mamamoo, and that's how I came to like and get to know Mamamoo a little bit more, because I'm like, these girls are funny. I really like them, you know. They're super funny, and they're super short too. So yeah, so that's how I started liking them. And then I started to watch a lot of their YouTube show performances, you know, those competitions that they do. Me and my sister till this day, we love Delilah in that singing competition that they did. And then we just started to hear more of the songs, like the Kalkam Ni Oh Ah Yeah, Mr. Ambiguous. And my sister, my older sister, she actually really like started to like them. Like, my sister wasn't that big into K-pop, but she liked that old school feeling that they had in their songs, and she really liked them a lot. So yeah, but then after a while that I got a little bit more into like other groups, and I got into a lot of like K-dramas and stuff, and you know, as groups do, and as we do too, you know, Mamamoo started to change a little bit their sound and the way that they were going. And at first, you know, it's like my sister said that, you know, oh, Mamamoo doesn't sound the same as they used to, you know. I don't really enjoy their songs right now. The ones that they're putting up, they're like not really catchy to me, right? And I'm like, yeah, blah blah, you know, they're not catchy to me too. And for a while there, I stopped listening to Mamamoo, right? Which, big mistake. And then we kind of just like stopped hearing like their new songs. We still listen to their old songs, and you know, I did listen to their new songs whenever they came out, like on my Spotify or my Pandora or whatever. I listened to their songs because they were there, mostly like their title tracks, right? So I listened to that. And then just recently, and I want to make this clear that, you know, even though Mamamoo did change their style for the better, you know, because I do love their old songs, but I do also love their new songs too. And I'm so glad that, you know, as they're maturing, their sound is also maturing. So I do love that now. I just didn't appreciate it back then. You know, me and my sister didn't appreciate it back then. But I'm getting to that part, okay? Before I get any hate, just want to make it clear. You know, I feel like sometimes we're so into something that we don't want it to change. And I feel like that happens a lot with like shows, you know, when it's like a really long show that's been going on for years. For example, like I want to say, what's that show on Netflix? Stranger Things. You know, we're like, oh, they grew up so old. Like, I wish it could just be like young again, you know, like it's inevitable, you know, they grow up, so the show also has to grow up with them in order to keep the same actors, right? So Mamamoo, in order to, you know, to still put music, they can't be doing the same thing. They could, but you know, they have to grow up, and their sound also has to grow up. They have to improve themselves a lot more too. And that's something that sometimes us as fans are like, oh, I don't like their new sound, or I don't like their new music because it doesn't sound like them, right? But it is them. It's just the new them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make this too confusing. But yeah, so the point is we stopped listening to them for a while because we couldn't really appreciate their new sound, right? I'm just going to put it as that. But once we saw that once I saw that Mamamoo was gonna come over here to the US on the US tour, I'm like, we always talked about this, that we wanted to go see Mamamoo live, right? And I asked my sister, I'm like, hey, you know, Mamamoo is coming to Oakland, which is really close to where we live. Would you like to go see them? And at first I thought she was gonna say no, but she's like, oh, you know what, yes, I do want to go see them. And I'm like, okay, you know what that means, right? Like, we have to start listening to their new songs, so we're not just like they're like, oh, what is this song, we don't know it, right? So she's like, yeah, of course. So I started to make a playlist of like all the songs. I started to look online to see like what are some of the songs that they've put out in like previous set lists and stuff. And I made like a whole Spotify playlist. I shared it with her. And then I also shared it with my mom, because that's when we asked her if she wanted to come along. And she's like, yes. I kid you not, I fell in love with a lot of their songs. There's some songs, you know, with many other artists as well, they're like, oh, you know, I listened to this one enough times to say like it's not really my song, you know, that I will listen to again. But yes, but I liked a lot of their songs. I really did. So thankfully, you know, this was probably like 2 months before the actual concert. I kept on listening to their songs whenever I had time, and I have to tell you, I really love Where Are We Now. Like, that's one of my top songs. But I really love what's it called, Mama Much. I don't know if that's enough muss but it's like Mama Much or something like that. I am in love with that song. I love it. I love that they played it at their concert, and it's like,
I have it for my gym playlist, I have it for my everyday playlist. Like, I love it. I have it for my like shower playlist, you know.
That song is so good. It's because it's not like super in your face, but it's like groovy enough and chill enough for you to like it, you know. So yes, I like Mama Much a lot, very much. So now that we got a little bit of history with me and Mamamoo out of the way, basically after the concert, I have not stopped listening to Mamamoo. Like, it just made me like them even more. That
so by the time that I'm recording this is Sunday already, Sunday night. Saturday, which was yesterday, and then Friday, which was the concert, right? So about 2 days have passed since the concert. Almost all day Saturday and almost all day today, I have been listening to Mamamoo constantly, their songs, everything.
On Saturday, me and my sister, we went to a K-pop store, and guess what I bought? Making a little bit of a mess over here. I had to get Mamamoo albums. Like, if you guys haven't seen my other videos, I know I have stated that I'm not a big album person, but I think that's slowly changing. As you can see, I have a couple of albums here already. Most of them are by, well, 2 of them are by Dreamcatcher. One of them is the original soundtracks of Extraordinary Attorney Woo, because I love that drama. And the other one is Undo by Hayes. But anyways, I bought 2 Mamamoo albums. Of course, I had to get the Where Are We Now, because I'm just in love with that one. I still haven't heard the other songs, but I'm, you know, I'm on my way there. And I bought this one, which honestly, I don't know the order in which the albums are, but I do love Travel, and I do love Dinga, and I do love Aya. And I think those are all the ones that I've heard from this album. I haven't heard the other ones, but I'm definitely gonna hear them. So yeah, so I'm slowly becoming a Mamamoo album collector, little by little. And as you can see, I have, that keeps falling, I have them right here. You can see that. And then yeah, so we went to the K-pop store and I bought these, and I told myself I don't need them because I don't have the space for them, but I bought them regardless. And as you can see, I have my Wien photo card here too. Wien, because Wien is, I love all the girls equally, but Wien just holds a little special place in my heart. She's just the best for me. But yeah, so that's basically my story with Mamamoo and how my concert went. Throughout the video, I hope I added a couple of clips here and there. I was honestly a little bit afraid because, you know, from my years of watching Mamamoo content, which is like variety shows or like clips of their concerts, they're a little bit freaky, you know, a little bit fruity. And that's what they're known for, you know. Apart from their great vocals, they're known to being, you know, a little... And I was a little bit afraid of that because my mom was going, obviously, right? My sister's a little bit more like, yeah, I want to see them, you know. But I didn't know how to... I wouldn't know how to react with my mom being there, but I was a little disappointed because they were a little bit tame, you know. They were I don't know how to say it, but they weren't acting like I thought they were gonna act, which is not bad, you know. But they did have their moments when they were a little bit touchy with each other, and I loved it. But you know, regardless, I was happy my mom, you know, she laughed too. And actually, Mamamoo did something really cool that I haven't seen in K-pop concerts before. And what they do is in their break times, they put like videos. So for example, one of them, they had like this little animation of like the taller than me, how taller than me like came or something like that. It was just like a little nice funny animation thingy. And then for the other break, they were playing like games and stuff, and my mom actually enjoyed it. They played this one where they had to draw on a piece of paper on their back, and the person in front of them had to guess and stuff. And you know, they had subtitles. My mom doesn't know how to read English, but regardless, she was seeing like what they were doing and she was laughing, you know. So I found that really fun and like really nice that my mom was also able to enjoy that, you know. Even though she didn't understand what they were saying, she obviously wasn't able to read. But I'm just saying, you know, we don't have to know the language in order to like stuff, you know. So I hope now that my mom was always like, why do you guys like that so much, you know, like, you know, my mom wasn't really judging, or she didn't like tell us to like stop listening or whatever, but she just didn't get the appeal of listening to K-pop, right? But now I hope that since she experienced this, and she has told us that she did really enjoy it and it was really nice and she would like to go again. So hopefully that brought in more her idea of K-pop, and you know, would like to share more experiences with us in the future. And hopefully now she knows kind of like a little bit of the appeal of listening to them and watching them, you know, on YouTube and all that stuff. So yeah, so there it is. There's my experience with the Mamamoo concert. I know it wasn't a lot. I know I didn't take a lot of videos, and I'm sorry for that, but you know, I was just in the moment, like I stated. But I don't know where I'm gonna post this. I always in my videos say, oh, I'm gonna post it tonight and stuff, but it always ends up being heck late. But regardless of whenever I post this, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys ever did go to a Mamamoo concert here in the US or in their Asia tour. I don't know where else they're going, but yeah.
Oh, I do have to say, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention it. I was so disappointed because in all of my concerts that I always go to, I always try to get the light stick. I've been to Dreamcatcher, BTS, and twice K-pop concerts before, and in all of those, I've taken my light sticks. And unfortunately, I could not get a Mamamoo concert light stick. And all the websites that I saw, they were all sold out. In my local K-pop store, they didn't have them. And I was hoping that they were going to sell them at the venue, but I kept seeing in a lot of comments of other people's videos that they would either be sold out heck quick or they weren't selling them or whatever. So I'm like, oh man. And so I decided to take my Dreamcatcher light stick because, you know, it's not the Mamamoo light stick, but I couldn't get it. And I saw that a lot of people said, you know, I saw a lot of videos that people would be taking other light sticks. And I did see a lot of different light sticks in the concert, which is not bad, you know, but definitely, you know, you want to take the group's light stick because, you know, it just feels better, right? But regardless, you know, you have to do what you have to do.
But yeah, that was the only sad part, that I wasn't able to get Radish Bong. Hopefully soon, once they start restocking, I'll get it still, because I like to have a light stick of every concert, K-pop concert that I've gone to. So hopefully I do get it soon. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for listening to this rant, I guess you could kind of call it that. No, just like my experience with Mamamoo, and definitely not the last albums I'm gonna get. Hopefully I get more. But yeah, I am truly a Mumu now, and I love it, and I really hope they come back soon. You know, after a well-deserved break, I do hope that they come back, and hopefully next time I do get closer seats, because it will be worth it. It will really, really be worth it. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon next time. Catch you guys later. Bye.